do Democrats square with the idea that they're essentially they're standing by Biden, but they're using a comparatively different standard with the Kavanaugh when you demanded a investigation on Justice Kavanaugh, when a very similar allegation came out on him.
Well, let me just say, I respect your question, and I don't need a lecture or a speech. Here's the thing. I have complete respect for the whole Me Too movement. I have 4 daughters and 1 son, and there's a lot of excitement around the idea that women will be heard and be listened to. There is also due process, and the fact that Joe Biden is Joe Biden. There's been statements from his campaign, or not his campaign, but his former employees who ran his offices and the rest, that there was never any record of this. There was never any record. And that nobody ever came forward, or nobody ever came forward to say something about it apart from the principal involved. I am so proud. The happiest day for me this week was to support Joe Biden for President of the United States. He's a person of great integrity, a great concern for the American people. He authored the Violence Against Women Act when he was the chair of the Judiciary Committee in the 90s. He has been an advocate for funding it all along since then. And I believe that he will be a great president of the United States. He is the personification of hope and optimism and authenticity for our country, a person of great values. So I want to remove all doubt in anyone's mind. I have a great comfort level with the situation as I see it, with all the respect in the world for any woman who comes forward, with all the highest regard for Joe Biden. And that's what I have to say about that. Thank you. Excuse me.
You're not going to come back next week. Is that because CARES 2 was not going to be ready, or was that?
No, that was not the point at all. That was not the point at all. I missed the announcement, I guess. It was because the House physician said for 430 people to come back with what's happening in the District of Columbia kind of changed the timing when we come back. But people will be back next week. Mr. Clyburn, you want to speak to that? I'll yield to you in a moment. And perhaps a small business committee will be meeting next week. Small groups can come back, and maybe they have a full committee meeting, or maybe they have a virtual, or maybe they have a hybrid, but work will be done. We've had already about 60 meetings in this period of time, some of it oversight, some of it legislation, and the rest from our committees, virtually or otherwise. This week alone, I think yesterday, 2 days ago, we had the Veterans Affairs Committee had a very successful meeting. I think it's today or tomorrow is Homeland Security. And again, the chairs of the committees are making their decisions about how they go forward.